Hey people, injured here, 3v3 faction war, Capital Spire Redux, Orks versus Space Marines blue team. Wildbold is a Warboss, melee commander, walks through cover, good disruption, support and offense from the front line. Dark Riku alongside is a mech boy, teleporting commander, fights range, has some good support and disruption, can put out some damage as well. Angry Bird rounding out blue team as a Kommando knob, sneaks around, stabs you, shoots you and makes stuff explode. Sneakus Peekus, red team is a Apothecary support commander, fights melee by default, has a target heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Shepard alongside is a Techmarine, fights range, can get a melee weapon too, good offense, utility, can also build structures and repair. And Lucidic rounds out red team as a force commander, in a bit of trouble here, sees off those sluggers. He is an offensive commander, fights melee, can also support, disrupt and tank really well. Absolutely crazy map, Capital Spire Redux. Heavy action from the first few seconds. As you can see here, sluggers losing 4 models to these tactical marines, losing 5 models maybe, yes. Get away with a single model, did take down a tactical marine member though. Took down 2 in fact, nicely done by Wildbold. None of the VPs capped. Tactical marines smacking on a mech boy who teleports out. Double shooters from all of the Ork players and tactical marines for all of the Space Marine players. Here comes that Kommando knob, does good damage with this default twin link shooter of his, and he goes sneaky again. Is he going to surprise these tactical marines with a stun bomb? There it is, that's his starting ability, but it didn't hit them. 500, 497, it's a single cap for the Orks. Wildbold has the north. Force commander takes mid but then retreats, so it's very low on health. Shooter's taking the central power. I don't think this thing is going to stay in the same hands for very long. It's been noded though. We have shotgun scouts for Shepard. South power is blue. These powers in the north also very difficult to keep your hands on. Tactical marines in cover. You see the health degeneration aura there. Those green hexagons. Shooter boys also in cover though, and sluggers with burners for Wildbold. Gives them a couple of power melee weapons, also can be used to burn down structures and stuff in garrisons. And they're going to burn down this node here, I think. Yes. Tactical marines turn and engage. Can they get a model? There's a heal from the Apothecary, and they can get a model. Sent up, we have looters for Dark Riku. These guys have a death gun by default which suppresses infantry. And look at this, Assassin's Knife for the Kommando knob. This thing is awesome. Takes down a tactical marine model. He's going to get set up by Devastators though. And here comes sluggers trying to finish off those tacks, but they are also suppressed. Force commander has the Iron Halo. Gives them a shield which drains energy instead of health. Also prevents weapon knockback when it's up. Angry Bird just about gets his sluggers out of there. I think I saw the death gun, yes, for the mech boy as well. He can teleport around and suppress stuff, and he stays set up when he teleports. 500, 447. Assault Marines on the field for Sneakus Peekus. Will we see his double Assault Marine build here? Angry Bits for the Warboss, boosting his health regeneration when he charges like that. Going in amongst these tactical marines, stopping them from firing their bolters, and hopefully for him getting a model off them. Going after them still. Here come the Assault Marines. Warboss needs to be careful. Wildbold needs to judge this engagement, and he does get an Assault Marine model. That's a big loss, and retreats happy with that achievement. Halfway to level 2 already, the Warboss. Here comes the Force Commander again. Kommando knob in amongst these Assault Marines. Can he get a model off with that knife? Also has stick bombs. Now going after the Force Commander, who gets a special attack, and that might have saved him because he's in retreat now. Shepard bringing his Devastators up. They can suppress the Kommando knob, who's chopping the crap out of everything. Going after these attacks. Can he get a model? Not quite. We do see a scout sergeant note who will be able to spot that commando body trying to sneak around. Looters are going to get grenaded, but he should get up. He's a tough little orc. There we go. Here comes some more scouts. We might see another grenade here. Oh, they took out the model that they threw the grenade on with their shotgun, so it was wasted. Wildbold doing very, very well in the north. Has Sneakus Peekus pinned back, but now we see the double assault marines. How is Wildbold going to deal with this? He does have cyborg implants, which will help. Can disrupt damage and stun the assault marines when they jump in. No war gear for the Apothecary. We have double looters from Dark Riku and this death gun. Crazy, crazy amounts of suppression. Assault marines on the field for Lucidic. Jump infantry, heavy armor, disrupt when they land. And we have the chainsword and storm shield for the force commander. Gives a damage resistance and protects against suppression when you use the ability. There we go. Doesn't give him a health buff though, as it does in retail. Assault marines jumping in. Nice play from Lucidic. Hasn't lost the model here. Tactical marines are suppressed and getting dackered to crap by these double shooters, fully upgraded by Angry Bird. Also has burners on his sluggers. Sneakus Peekus starting to push back. Wildbold's Warboss has gone down. Shepard helping out here with Devastators. And double assault marines from Lucidic as well. And a 4 assault marine squads jumping around in tier 1. Tier 2 for Shepard, Wildbold and Dark Riku. Sluggers getting into a fight. They had no chance of winning. Can they get away? They cannot. Here's the big stump. Stunning and knocking back some of the assault marines. Didn't hit them all though. Tactical marine flamer in there. Very, very heavy tier 1 from Sneakus Peekus, which you usually see from him. Scouts of Captain are now idle. Warboss using his charge on retreating assault marines there. And a heal saves them. They might have lost the model. Dark Riku coming to support the north with this mech boy and a full retreat from Sneakus Peekus. He still has his scouts in place. Shepard covering the retreat path with his Devastators as well. 479, 369. It's a 2-ton cap for the Space Marines. Assault Marines jumping on these shooters. Need to run away, need to run away. Did not lose a model, I don't think. Yes, they did lose one model. How are they going to deal with all these assault marines? Perhaps a bunch of death dreads or something. Wildbold losing his sluggers and goes tier 2. Angry Bird getting angry about something, which he usually does. 445, 369, triple cap for Space Marines now. Come on, you green skin gits. Librarian on the way for Shepard will be good. Can smite the crap out of stuff. Sneaky Kommando knob. He's going to try and stab something real good. He's going after the tactical marines. Not using the ability though. Just using his basic attacks. Might get a model though. Double assault marines jumping those shooters. Sluggers in there. Gives these guys a knob leader and they will be dangerous to those assault marines, but they need to get out of this engagement alive first. That was a grenade. And here is Call the Boys from Angry Bird. Beautifully done. Wins the engagement for him. Look at that. That is the power of the Orks right there. Not as ridiculously powerful as it is in retail. It won't continue to reinforce your squads for a full 20 seconds. But still very, very powerful ability. 378, 369. Angry Bird winning that engagement because of that global. A global that all of the Ork commanders have. Scouts do not have the energy for a retreat grenade. There is a smite. This is Shepard's Librarian, support sub-commander for Space Marines, but does start with that nasty, nasty offensive spell. Here comes the Death Dread for Dark Riku. No burners and bits yet. A Walker, very, very effective versus infantry. Does splash damage and has a crazy special attack. Looters for Dark Riku backing off. Still using them to support the north. And we have a Warboss with a Power Claw. Crazy, crazy, crazy weapon. Second only to the Crushing Claw of the Hive Tyrant in terms of raw DPS. 360, 369. It's a 1-to-1 cap. Dark Riku's mech boy gets jumped. Teleports out. No pressure on the generators from red team. Looks like we had some pressure here though. Red team having to rebuild theirs. 360, 364. A las cannons on the field for Shepard. Perhaps for that Death Dread. Sergeant's on the way for Lucidic's Assault Marine. Sneakus Peekus. No upgrades for his yet. We might see a Dreadnought from Sneakus Peekus. I know he likes to use them in tier 2. Looters are set up to suppress these Assault Marines, but they get jumped. Nicely done from Sneakus Peekus, but he needs to be careful with the Warboss coming in there. He needs to keep an eye on them. He is in heal range though. They're going to lose a model. One more hit. There we go. Did not heal them. And here is Now I'm Angry. And there is the big stomp as well. Warboss running right here. Very, very, very nearly level 2. Librarian coming in with some melee attacks in this Warboss. Stayed in this engagement a bit too long. He used Odd Boys on himself and gets away. Unbelievable with 5 hit points. Dreadnought on the way for Sneakus Peekus. 328, 361. A double cap for the Space Marines, but Angry Bird is capping south. Center very, very quiet, still red. And Space Marines capping north, so it will be a 2-1. Sneakus Peekus asking for a relay in the north from the Techmarine. Looters still here from Dark Riku. There's double looters here in fact. And tier 3 for Wildbold. Look at this. He goes tier 3 with double shooters. Death Dread is in the south. Fully upgraded shooter boys from Angry Bird. And we have the Knob Leader on those sluggers, so they're going to be a pretty dangerous melee squad, especially if they can get in amongst some tactical marines. 288361. Kommando Knob now has the Boom Time armor upgrade. Makes his accessories better. And a health buff, of course. There goes the stun bomb. The Assault Marines jump away from it, but it does stun the tactical marines and the scouts. And here he comes to melee the crap out of the Assault Marines. There is Merciless Strike. Stone Guard veterans being called down for those tactical marines, and his Assault Marines might wipe. No, jumps in again, saved by the other Assault Marines. And we have Stone Guard veterans on the field, can use Hellfire Bolts. Ouch, lots of losses for Angry Bird, but here comes a scary Death Dread. Look at the damage it did to those Assault Marines in 2 hits. Force Commander in amongst the Mech Boy. Level 3. Warboss still level 1. Very, very near level 2. In fact, Wildbold complaining about not leveling. Mech Boy still level 1. Kommando Knob still level 1. Apothecary is level 4. Techmarine level 3. And the Force Commander, of course, level 3. 288, 330. A 2-1 cap for the Orks. The Death Dread using its ability, I forget what it's called, but it makes it do that very, very funny looking, very, very quick walk, going after the Force Commander now. We might see the Power Fist from this guy, or a Thunder Hammer. I think Thunder Hammer would be better. Helps you disrupt knobs in tier 3. These Assault Marines getting very close with very little health, and Lucidic forced off. Here comes a las cannon under Veil of Time, so it doesn't need to set up, but it's out of range of that Death Dread, and Veil of Time has worn off now. Here comes Dark Riku with his crazy suppression army, double looters and Death Gun Mech Boy, which is repairing the Death Dread in fact. Librarian runs away. Decent grenade, dodge though, and scouts run away. Can they cap mid? Wildbold has knobs on the field and he wipes those Assault Marines with user choppers. And look at this, knobs with all of their models almost with just 400 hit points. Very, very lucky there. Warboss, can he get away? He did stun those Assault Marines, which might save him, and does. I should point out that Angels of Death would have saved Dark Riku's Assault Marines then, but he's not allowed to use it. We ban Angel of Death in our games because it's broken at the moment. It grants full invulnerability for the 15 seconds and not 50% damage resistance as it should do. Hopefully it will be repaired or fixed rather, in the next patch. Mechboy got jumped, level 2 now. Warboss must have leveled, he's almost level 3 in fact already. Force Commander runs away from the Kommando who's done so well with this knife. There are lots of people saying that the knife is no good, but you can tell by this game the amount of damage that Angry Bird has done with it, and he's going to try and decap this power as well. 237, 307. Wildbold trying to cap up the north. Sneakus Peekus with this assault cannon dreadnought mid. Librarian getting close to level 2 for Shepard, and Knobs on the way for Dark Riku and for Angry Bird. Very close still, 1-to-1 cat. Another dreadnought for Sneakus Peekus. Wow. Angry Bird's Kommando hits level 3. And Orks are controlling south pretty well. And now pushing mid. Wildbold with a boss pole now. Helps support his Knobs. Ouch, a very nasty smite there. Should have gone for the bang bang hammer, I think. But that power claw will be very useful taking on these dreadnoughts, that's for sure. Knobs with their hammers and their knob leader going after the Librarian. I don't think I'm going to be able to take him down. Warboss now going after the dreadnought. Knobs have to retreat. Is he going after the dreadnought? Not sure what he's up to. He's going after the tactical marines now. There's the big stump, but couldn't finish it, needed to retreat. Here comes Angry Bird now, just a fraction too late to help out Wildbold there. Use your choppers on these Knobs now. Good play from Wildbold supporting Angry Bird's Knobs with user choppers, but there's a lot of Space Marine stuff here. Can they take down this dreadnought? Here comes this Death Dread, which is still going without burners and bits from Dark Riku, and a looted tank on the field now. 175, 299. It's a 2-to-1 cap for the Space Marines. A big push from the Orks, but can they get anything meaningful out of it? Can they take down a dreadnought? It's being repaired by scouts, at least one scout squad. I think the Techmarine might be repairing it. Looted tank, can he finish it off? Dreadnought now moving out. Looted tank needs to fire that main gun. Gets melter bombed, and the dreadnought survives. Unbelievable. Now the looted tank's in huge amounts of trouble, being chased by assault marines. They have a power melee weapon. If they can jump behind and get some rear armor hits, we see Speed Cult, I think it's called. It's the global ability of the Mechboy, boosting the speed of this looted tank and uses it to get away. If that was a melter gun dreadnought, that thing would have been down. Knobs moving in on the assault marines and taking out 2 models quick time. These are Wildbolds and they hit level 2. When Knobs hit level 4, they are crazy. Force Commander goes for the Power Fist. Big mistake, I think. Should have gone for the Thunder Hammer. Would have really helped versus the Knobs, of which we have another squad on the way for Dark Riku. Looks like Angry Bird and Dark Riku both lost their Knobs. Or did Dark Riku cancel his for the tank? I'm not sure. Commander Knob is now putting pressure on that power again, something that the Space Marines have not done enough of. I have not seen this power be touched at all. 169, 239. A double cap for the Orks now. Las Cannon on the field for Shepard, taking big chunks of health out of that node. 169, 229. Warboss chasing down the Force Command. Level 3 Warboss now has heavy armor. He is going to be so tough. Look at this, 2,000 hit points already at level 3, compared to a level 4 Force Commander with just over 1,100. And down he goes, leveling all of Angry Bird's infantry there. Big firefight kicking off in the center. Shooter boys are forced off. These are Dark Rikus. Still has these double looters as well. Be very useful if they can't deal with this double death dreads. Riku could get beamy death guns on those looters, and he's using one of them to decap north. Needs to be careful though. Retreats them just in time, I think. 162, 225, 2-to-1 cap for the Orks, and we have 3 Knob squads on the field 2 of them mid, Wildbolds and Angry Birds. In fact, all 3 of them here. This is not a sight you want to see. 3 Nob squads led by a Warboss coming towards you. This very nasty Kommando Nob as well. Dreadnought's backing the hell off. Sneakus Peekus does have one, which is melee. Does it have... No, he's not tier 3, so he can't get Dark Age of Technology. Nob's using Frenzy, which now costs 75 red. And mark target on the Nobs. That's from Signum Armor, the Techmarine. He needs to get a Plasma Gun, I think, would really help versus the heavy armor Nobs. Use your choppers on the Warboss going after that Dreadnought. He's still going after it. I think it's going to get too close to base though. Yes, now he goes after the las cannon. There's a special attack. Nobs in there with him. Look at this push from the Orks. Awesome stuff. Triple Nobs pushing against the Space Marines, and there was nothing they could do. They really need a Thunderhammer Force Commander who gets... Oh, that was Lariman's Blessing. Getting all the commanders back to their feet, back at base. 162, 180. Teleport a relay beacon is going to go down. Nobs are headbutting it into dust. Down it goes. Dark Riku's Nobs hit level 2. Wildbold's already there. Angry Birds are still level 1 and a full retreat from the Orks now. No! Dark Riku keeping his in there. No, he does retreat them. He might want to get the super tough beam for his mech boy to support his Nobs. Flash Gits on the way for Wildbold. Look at this. 162, 157. Assault Marines run away. No, Wildbold cancels those Flash Gits and goes for Looters. Land Raider Redeemer on the field for Shepard. Here comes Sluggers. Angry Bird has preserved these guys fantastically well. Level 3 now. Scouts capping south. Can they finish the cap? They can. But will they die on retreat? Sluggers could turn around and smack them in the face there. But they do not. Gonna decap this wreck point instead. Space Marines capping north, or are they? No, they're not. Sneakus Peekus not concentrating. And his Tactical Marines, level 4 Tactical Marines are idle. Needs to get a Plasma Gun for those guys, I think, to help versus the Nobs. Now he does start capping. And Sneakus Peekus did lose his melee Dreadnought and is tier 3. 159, 134. Double shooters here from Wildbold, level 2. Riku has lost his Death Tread, has lost one of his looters as well. And here is that Land Raider. They need to react quickly to this thing. 3 Nobs smacking on it will be very painful, but back it up with some beamies, I think. Double looters now for Wildbold, and he has double beamy Death Guns. Tier 3 for all players. Lucidic has some Stern Guard veterans, level 2. Warboss using his considerable toughness at over 2,000 hit points to decap. And there is a Rocks on the Land Raider backed up by beamy Death Guns. This might be a dead Land Raider. This is the global nuke of Orks. And Land Raider's down to half hit points. Under half, only 800 hit points remaining. And there is an orbital bombardment catching Nobs. And looks like 2 Shooter Boy squads. Nobs of Angry Bird though in amongst these Assault Marines. Not a good fight for the Assault Marines at all, and these are frenzied Nobs as well, so they are invulnerable. Have their EU jammers and their Nob leader. Force Commander has switched back to his chainsword, trying to support his infantry. Down goes the Land Raider. Nobs getting the last hit. Wildbold putting user choppers on his Nobs again. Sneakus Peekus very idle in the north, needs to come and help. Force barrier from the 4-star for the Librarian Shepard. Nicely done, pushing off those Orks. Now they're in retreat. 138, 116, a very close game. I have not seen these stick bombs used very often for the Commander Nob. Throws in a stun bomb there. Gonna stun all of that stuff, nicely done. And then throws his stick bombs, just as I said he hadn't used it. Uses it fantastically well. Don't think it will take a model. No, these guys are too high level. Level 4 Assault Marines for Sneakus Peekus. Get a heal for good measure. Dreadnought taking big beam of Death Gun hits. South is uncapped. 138, 105. It's so close. Everyone preserving their units reasonably well considering how crazy and intense this map is. Warboss is going to go down here though, surely. Level 4. And unbelievably gets away. Or does he? No, goes down in retreat to all of that firepower. Has his knobs here. These are our Dark Rikus, in fact. Wildbold's knobs going north, up against Sneakus Peekus, who has Terminators now, and a Plasma Cannon. South is still Orky. Looters covering it. 138, 88, a 1-to-1 cap. Assault Marines jump in as knobs who have marked target, but not anymore. And this is going to be a very, very vital engagement. I think Angry Bird also bringing his knobs in. Quadernob going to revive the Warboss. Huge losses for those Assault Marines, down to one model for Sneakus Peekus. Warboss back to his feet. Quadernob now level 5, very nearly level 6, and it's all kicking off big time. Sluggers with Swampum still useful well into tier 3 here. Level 3 Sluggers kicking some serious ass. And a full retreat from the Space Marines. That is Shepard's double Tactical Marines retreating. 125, 88. Slender lead for the Orks, but red team are capping south, but blue team are capping north. Beamy Death Gun Looters. Gonna dodge that grenade. Yes. 125, 81, still a 1-to-1 cap. Quadernob sneaking around. Gonna go after the Librarian. This is a level 2 Librarian though, with a 4-staff. He will put up a serious fight, especially with Quickening used. As you can see, the Quadernob not doing much damage with Quickening up, and he needs to run away. He's going to go down in retreat, I think, yes. Through his stick bombs onto those Lascannon Devastators. Nicely done. Couldn't stop the cap though. And Beamy Death Gun Looters do take north. 125, 81. Knobs in amongst the Assault Marines who jump away. Plasma Cannon is not going to be able to set up in time. Base turrets now weighing in though. Lucidic choppers on his knobs from Wildbold, really pushing hard. Suppressed. 1-to-1 cap still. It's a 2-to-1 for the Space Marines. Can they hold on here? Stern Guard veterans of Shepard coming to the south. But look at this coming towards you. Angry Bird with double knobs. Dark Riku with some knobs. Has a looted tank and stick bombers as well. Wildbold going for a battle wagon of all things. Lots of stuff running away here. Lucidic in full retreat. Shepard couldn't quite get there in time to support there. Has some Vanguard veterans who will be able to do a decent job versus knobs with some support. There's a Merciless Strike. Stern Guard veterans should be using Kraken Bolts versus the knobs. Stick bombs going in. Nicely done from Dark Riku to have the wherewithal to get stick bombs so late in the game. 112, 74, a 2-to-1 cap for the Orks, and his knobs looking strong now. Here's a battle wagon for Wildbold. Cyclone Missile Launcher and Terminators are forcing melee with their Power Fist. Plasma Cannon getting a big shot. Some friendly fire on the Terminators though, and here comes the Warboss. Full auto from the Apothecary's Mastercrafted Bolter, stopping him in his tracks, but here he goes again. Deciding what to smack on, he's going to smack on the Terminators. Plasma Cannon hit again. 112, 55, a 2-to-1 cap for the Orks. Ardboy's global ability used on the Warboss, trying to keep him in this fight as long as possible. Wildbold, a brilliant special attack, and he's absolutely kicking ass there. Terminators had to teleport out, in fact. Assault Marines just about getting away, and here come knobs. He needs to cap the north though. 112, 48, all kicking off in the south. A Venerable Dreadnought dropped by Shepard. Lucidic with Vanguard and Stone Guard veterans, and so is Shepard. Force Commander now has Sacred Standard and the Thunderhammer. He has 3 weapons to switch between. 110, 48, Vanguard veterans jumping on his looters, and that is painful. All of them have power weapons. Thunderhammer, 2 power swords and lightning claws. Red team cap mid for the Space Marines, and they have a 2-to-1, 104, 48. Nobody able to get a clear lead going on this crazy 3v3 map. Looted tank now level 2 for Dark Riku. Venerable Dreadnought backing off. Cannot get a ranged weapon, this guy, so he's stuck in melee. Double knobs for Angry Bird. Have they leveled? He has level 4 knob squad. Over 5,000 hit points and a level 2 as well. Wildbold also has a level 4 Nob squad. Warboss is level 6, over 2100 hit points. Level 5 Force Commander switching back to his Thunderhammer. There is an orbital bombardment. Ouch, big damage on the Orks, and look at the range it has, able to target the entire army there. Venerable Dreadnought in amongst stuff, Nobs running like crazy. These are Dark Rikus, and they are also level 4 with Frenzy up. Venerable Dreadnought going after them. Venerable Dreadnought does do a good job against Nobs. I don't think he will against level 4 Nobs though. Thunderhammer doing an amazing job disrupting this entire army here. Shield is up. Stern Guard veterans need to run the hell away. And now double Nobs turning on the Force Commandos, still disrupting them like crazy. Level 6 now trying to flee, I think, but goes down. Excellent grenade. Can't take down a model though. Venerable Dreadnought goes down. This is Stoicism 86-47. Crazy ending. Battle Wagon still strong north, and it's blue. Warboss taking mid, and south being decapped by Nobs. This might be it. Nobs powering through in the end. How many level 4? 3 level 4 Nob squads. That is very difficult to deal with. 86-32. There's a double cap for the Orks. Can they get the triple? South is nearly capped. Assault Marines might jump and try to stop it. There's a jump, and it does stop it. And now they try and cap themselves, but they're going to lose health very quickly to those Nobs. There is the double cap, 86-10, and surely the Orks have this after an epic game. And there is the victory for the Orks. Amazing stuff. Excellent play for all players to keep it together on this map as long as they did. Thanks to all the players who took part. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.